Hey guys, welcome back again if you are returning, and welcome if you are a first time viewer. So this is my channel, Albion Online for the amateur gamer. Um, so this is my island. I just want to show you a typical day on an island that I do. And you can kind of check the time at the end there to see what it takes to go through my typical routine. And if you have the same setup, maybe you can get there also doing pretty much the same thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do first here is I'm going to buy some gold. And the reason I'm buying some gold doesn't have to do with anything other than I want to reset my silver as close to zero as possible. And once I do that, then we can see the delta of what I got from my island before and after, I guess, at the end of this walkthrough. Okay, so let's see, 600. That's really, really close. So 590. All right, I'm getting there. 599. No, 598. Okay, so I'm gonna buy almost 600 gold here. Yes. And so I'm down to 1,000 and change. Okay, so minus 2,000, let's say, is the amount that I have in silver. All right. So let me do the walkthrough. I'm going to start with the farm. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to switch to my goat or the ram. And the reason I'm switching to the RAM is if you look at this maximum load capacity, he has a plus 750 roughly kilograms of additional capacity. All right, so I'm going to get off my Panther, which does not have additional load capacity. He does weigh 180 kilogram, so it's whatever the 750 minus 180 is. So I'm gaining, 480 or so kilograms, 470, I guess, of additional carrying capacity, which is more than enough for what I want to do and still have pretty decent speed, uh, galloping speed and move speed. So it's something that I use as a system just to, you know, be able to add more capacity when I need to, and then fly around in my Panther when I don't. All right. So I'm just gonna collect all my carrots here. I love the carrots, and again, if you have a premium account, you will appreciate the fact that you can grow faster and you get all kinds of other goodies. So unfortunately, if you're not there, then you have to get there to get the same type of results. Okay, and I'll show you something about the carrots later and why I grow them. It's just very simplistic. So without the required capacity, I wouldn't be able to hold this many carrots, and I would be slowed down significantly. Um, it does help that I have a tier 8 bag, okay, so I'm not gonna discount that. Alright, so I'm done with that, and I'm gonna replant. So here's the thing with a premium account. If you have a premium account, you will be getting focus points, and that's a requirement, right? To own the farm. So if you lose that premium account, you don't have a replenishment of focus points. You won't be able to water, which increases your yield by 200%. So you're going to get 2 bags of seed for every watering that you do using focus. All right. So what I do is I have 4 plots total. I'm getting double the seeds for using focus to water the carrots. So I'm going to water 2 plots, and that should cover, because I'm getting double the seeds, that should cover a replanting next time around of all 4 plots, because I'm getting double seeds. So my usage of focus is at least minimized or controlled. There is a certain amount that you replenish a day, and then you're going to run out. So the bottom line is you got to manage it. And this is how I manage it. And carrots, you know, by all accounts that I know, uses less focus and even less as you go when you get more experience planning it. So that's that. So I'm going to move on to managing my pasture where the animals are grown. So I'm going to take, he's fully grown, so I'm going to take the offspring. He's fully grown, so I'm going to take the offspring. He is not, so I got to feed him the carrots, and then I'm going to nurture him. And the reason I nurture him is his yield goes up. Now it's currently at 105. So sometimes you get lucky, you get 2 guys, or 2 offsprings instead of 1. All right. So you'll see that currently he's at 92. So I got to feed him, and then if I nurture him, he'll be at 105. All right. Same here. Feed him and nurture him the second time. So there's 2 nurturing rounds, and each nurturing round costs you some focus points, 366 in this case. Oops. So this one's done, fully grown. So I take the offspring and I pick up the adult, which I can sell. So I have 3 fully grown, and the other 6 are on its way. So the next day I will get another crop of animals from this pasture. So I'm going to replace the offspring so I can grow the next batch, right? So you see, if you have no focus points, your yield is okay, but not guaranteed. All right, so you got to feed him, and I feed him the carrots, and then I would nurture. And there's 3 rounds of nurturing, so 3 rounds of focus spending. Same thing with the ox here. Place him. Nurture. So then I will do the last one here. So again, the yield is not guaranteed until you are fully nurtured. All right, so that's that. And then if you take a closer look, there's 136, roughly 136 carrots left over. I got some of these earthworms, good for fishing, fishing materials that were returned just from natural farming. So those are my resources that I gained. And now I'm going to go to the first home at the very top of the map, which is up here. And I'm going to collect, okay, for the mercenary. So you send them out with these books, and I'll talk about that at another time. But you get that from going around and killing, in this case, tier 5 mobs. So I'm going to take the 1700, and then I'm going to replace with a fully filled book. And then I have some empty ones, and you can fill these again by killing mobs at the proper tier level. So minimum tier 5 in this case. So what you get in return for a filled book is anywhere between the 1700 and the 3400 of silver. And for the most part, you'll get the 1700. All right. And sometimes you get lucky. I did not there. Hopefully I can show you one example where it goes over the 17. There will be a rare occasion where you don't get anything at all. And what you get is a function of the furniture you have in your house. I think that's something you can learn in terms of setting up your farm. It's I'm not going to talk about it or show it, but these furniture, the level of furniture relative to the house, relative to your level of mercenaries, will give you a return of the percentages that they're talking about. So I do keep two guys that give me, they're gamekeeper. They give me skins and hide to create materials. I keep two guys, and I feed them books also. And that's another gathering tool. I need the hide for my horses, and that's why I keep them around. And those are the things I need to gather. Okay, so alright, unless I missed it, I did not run across anything over the 1700. Usually I get one, but at this point I have not gotten any. So pretty straightforward, 1700 apiece. Okay, so that finishes all 10 homes. I started with roughly 2,000 of silver after I cleared it out, the 1.5 million. So you can see basically on a typical day, give or take a maybe 2,000 or so, you're gonna clear 48 grand, maybe 49. So 48,000 if you just did the mercenary books, okay? And again, I had two gamekeepers, so if you did all mercenary, you would get, let's say, 50 grand plus. just over 50,000 a day if you have these books that are filled. All right, so for my farm, I did get some of the hides, and here and here. Let me sort this. And I got these 3 animals and some leftover carrots. All right, so I'm gonna go. I'll put together a summary at the end here. All of that took maybe 12 to 15 minutes, and maybe less since I was explaining and you know, I wasn't doing it, you know, in robot mode where I just go and click. So it was a little bit slower. But let me do a couple things, because that doesn't end my routine per se at the farm. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna pick a couple of items that I need. That's overkill, but let's see. I'm gonna do very simplistic things here. Okay, these hides cost money, obviously, or you can gather them and process them. So there's some money here involved in the hide. And I gotta do some of I need these to process the axe. So I'm gonna get my materials really quick here. I don't know what happened to that split. Okay, and the reason I'm doing this is I'm going to show you what I could potentially, on an average day, okay, get in terms of income from the farm. That's all. So I'm going to craft this. So I'm spending about 2,500 in silver. I guess the silver spending is all up here, subtracting from my total. Okay, so the best bang for the buck is to actually craft your animals and then sell it, okay? So I'm just going to give you an idea. Shoot, bear with me one more minute here. I think I forgot the axe. And the axe. So I don't spend my focus points here. It's simply not worth it at this point. So, what did one day of farming potentially get me? The leftover carrots, right? They're going for around 300 a piece. You sell it straight. For today's demonstration, I'm just going to sell it. This is kind of low. I was getting more of 330-ish. This is kind of low, so, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to sell it for today's purposes. And then I got lucky and I got a nice force. These usually go for 29. I guess I'm going to try to do the sell here. And these go for, you would think they go for closer to, yeah, okay, about 59. So this is not bad. So I'll create a sell order for that. And then these are, wow, they're really diving. So I'm not going to sell this right now, but they could go for around 60 or 55-ish. Yeah, 55. But there's a lot of supply and not much demand apparently. So I'm not gonna sell this. Okay.
Satisfied?
So let's just look at the total real quick. I sold one item outright, and I'm clearing about 75 grand, right? There's a couple items for sale that hasn't gone through, but on a typical day, you could, if you have the same setup, you know, clear anywhere between maybe 100 to, I don't know, on the high end, you know, 250 or something like that. So you kind of getting an idea of what I'm clearing on a daily basis. Um, just doing the books and then selling the carrots and then selling, you know, the animals. So let me put a summary together, and I'll do one for another day, and then we'll kind of get a feel for what I'm clearing on a per day basis. Okay? Thanks for watching.